breathtaking view of the New York City skyline as taken from the Empire State Building. We're coming to you live from Manhattan. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, Victor Oladipo has a huge task and a long road in front of him making his way back from that knee injury. But you talk to his teammates, and they rave about his mental makeup. They say he's an incredible person, great to be around, the most positive guy they've ever played with. So, Kevin, if anyone can come back from this, he can.
You better believe it. Outstanding, David. Thank you. Time now to look at the race for Rookie of the Year. And, of course, it's still early. A little over a month gone in this new NBA season. But let's take a look at who's made a nice impact so far. You look at Barrett, just a fantastic start to the season for him as he hasn't missed a beat transitioning to the NBA. And, guys, he makes it into our top 5.
And he finds himself among the top 5 after what's been a strong start to his NBA career.
I think he's just going to get better as this season goes along, and I don't think we've seen his best basketball yet.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Brogdon and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Sabonis and Turner up front, and it's Lamb in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Knicks, Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett, and it's Robinson in at the center position.
Well, no secret that the Knicks were planning for a massive free agency and a free agent signing this past summer. They cleared a lot of cap space, and we're hopeful that their draft choice would be that #1 slot. It did not come to fruition.
Now, here's Sabonis. Here's Turner. Robinson with the block. Randall against Brogdon. Randall with the bucket.
Some agility shown there by Julius Randle with that frame, able to find a way to score.
And a lot of people, Brent, feel that without a doubt, the Knicks are still a destination for free agents.
Well, to vacation, it seems like, Kevin, because not a lot of the free agents are signing to play basketball in New York City. You know, they put a lot of faith in that idea that it's the #1 market and the best place to live, and you can make a lot of money off the court. But over the past 10 years, have not seen much action out of New York City.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Now, here's Brogdon, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. A second chance effort. Rebounded by Lamb.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Here's Oladipo. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Knicks go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it is just not going to be your night.
Yeah, you check the stat sheet and you can dominate just about every other facet of the game, but it's not going to make up for anything if you shoot the ball at such a low percentage. Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Outside, Robinson. Passes it to Barrett. All sorts of time. It's rebounded by Indiana. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
We talk about gutsy wins, and on a night like that in the last game where they just did not shoot it well, that's a steal during a regular season.
Here's Payton. Here's Randall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Randall can hold his own down on the inside with that physical frame, Kevin.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Halfway through the season here, Brent, how do coaching staffs shake things up and keep things fresh over the long 82-game season?
I think coaches who are really smart, Kevin, can be a bit programmable where they're looking ahead at the schedule and saying there are blocks of games here in which we might try to change some of our defensive schemes, maybe over this 10-game stretch or 5-game stretch. Or
to keep things fresh or
yeah, because you can only do it on the mental side. As much as we talk about guys getting rested and sitting out games for maintenance issues and load management and those kind of things, the tweaks that you can make on the floor in terms of a couple of new sets on offense or defensively, let's make this challenge for the next few months, will grow the foundation of what coaching staffs are capable of doing with that team as they go on.
Here's Randall after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Lamb with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And Lamb slams it home.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. There's the pass to Barrett. Pass to Knox. Clock at 6. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear, his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Oladipo. Here's Knox. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver.
And also in that one, he had the opposition on pins and needles on the defensive end of the floor, recording 4 steals that night on his way to an overall stellar game.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. No one near Randall as he lets it go. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
Randall's teammates loving seeing this. Shots like this are helping out this offense. He's taking the lead, Kevin.
Brogdon outside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Barrett. Nice D from Warren.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line. You feel like Jeremy Lamb has been in the league forever, mostly known for being a piece in the Harden trade when he left OKC, but Lamb is coming to his own the last few years.
That free throw, no good. And Jeremy Lamb, you feel like, Greg, he could be kind of a late bloomer.
The improvement he's shown the last few seasons has been huge. Much more comfortable as a scorer, and the defense has picked up for him as well.
Now, here is Robinson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Pacers trail by 3. Brogdon outside. Pass to Lamb. Turner against Robinson. Takes the turnaround J. The shot by Turner no good. The Knicks shooting 33% here in the first quarter. And Barrett gets it to go.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
For Indiana, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Brogdon the pass to Turner. Warren on the wing. This one for 3. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Barrett. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard slash forward who wants to keep improving.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
And here are the Knicks now. The Pacers making the shot. Smith, the pass to Randall. 13 feet away. And the shot is long. Pacers trail by 4. Outside Warren. Passes it to McConnell. Shoots it. Smith with the defensive effort.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Let's quickly now take a peek at the league leaders in blocks. Third is Miles Turner.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
The Knicks have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
Bobby Portis has checked in for the Knicks. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. Indiana also making some changes. Leaf checked in for Miles Turner, and it's Doug McDermott in for Sabonis. Now here's Randall. He's coming off a 22-point game against Denver.
And you can see the touch and the improvement in that touch right there.
Pacers trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
McDermott dishes to Warren. And the Pacers can't get it to go. New York shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. And it's good, 2 points. And the Knicks lead by 9.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Now, here's McConnell, covered by Smith. Warren finds McConnell. Shot clock at 6. Here's McDermott, buried from 15 feet out.
McDermott with a great foundation. Catch, shoot, fire.
The Knicks leading by 7. Bullock passes to Smith. Three-pointer, trying to get open is Randall. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Now, here's McConnell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. A 3 from Warren. And his third shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. New York's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Smith kicks to Bullock. Back to Smith. To the wing right side. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA, but now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
The Knicks making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Now here's McConnell. Dishes it to Holiday. Now the pass to McDermott. Shoots from 14. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Gibson.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Now here is Holiday. Following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. Pass to McDermott. Here's McConnell. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Knicks leading by 12. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line. And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
From outside, off the mark. And it's Warren with the ball for Indiana. Holiday goes in. Rebound by Smith. The Knicks shooting just about an even 40% to start. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Bullock, good.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Pass to Warren. And here's McConnell. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Holiday releases from the wing and drills it. Holiday's got his second bucket. The Knicks leading by 13. 1:06 left in the first. Gibson the bounce pass. Portis the pass to Smith. Sinks the triple. Smith's got 7 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's McConnell. No points in the game yet for him. Passes to McDermott. Shoots it up. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
That's a beautiful release from Dougie McBuckets. He squares himself up and knocks it down. Good aim there.
Smith outside. Over McConnell. That's tipped.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
To the paint. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now Smith. There's the triple. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's New York enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she breaks herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby. But she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but what a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Yeah, Oladipo has had some highlight dunks in his career. There's another one.
The Knicks leading by 10. Now, here's Bullock. Smith scanning the floor. Back to Portis. 6 on the shot clock. Smith dishes to Morris. From the arc. That shot off the mark. And Indiana will come the other way. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
And Brent, with the corner 3 being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinnying up the lane line, back to the original George Mikan days, of the lane being 6 feet wide rather than what we see today at 12 feet. That would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play, almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
Yeah, catching up on the changes for New York. Knox, he's checked in for Marcus Morris, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Dennis Smith. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Indiana. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for T.J. McConnell. The shot's good.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
And a fast break now for New York. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Turner.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
Oladipo, good.
They are just killing him on the interior.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. The pass to Gibson. It's hauled in by Leaf. Pacers trail by 9. And Lamb, here we go. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. Barrett comes in for Reggie Bullock. Then for the Pacers, Miles Turner comes in for Leaf, and Sabonis subbed in for McDermott. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Now, here's Barrett. Defense right on him. Payton kicks to Barrett. Over Oladipo. Barrett the pass to Payton. 5 on the clock. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
Payton against Brogdon. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Knox. He dishes it to Gibson. Second chance shot. He lays it in. Gibson's got his second basket of the game.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Oladipo outside. Pass to Sabonis. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Gibson. Barrett kicks to Payton. Now here's Barrett. Guarded by Oladipo. Nice D from Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
You got to get in front of Oladipo or else you're going to see things like that. We don't mind.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Robinson. Here's Barrett. Trying to get open is Gibson. Barrett, no good. Here's Indiana. They're on a 14-6 run. And here is Payton. He's coming off a 13-point game against Denver.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Brogdon the pass to Oladipo. And he makes good on the layup. And now just a 2-point Knicks lead.
Oladipo so strong and scoring even with the D, kind of knocking him around a bit on that play.
New York's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
And listen, anytime you're the second overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury. Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
The Pacers shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
Julius Randle's checked in for the Knicks. Turner no good on the free throw. Brent, offensive versatility all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket, and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And Kevin, things have not been going well for them, and it's only going to get tougher. Road trip on the way, and this team has lost a lot of confidence, and they have a host of problems getting wins on the road.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Well, Brogdon clearly a leader out there for the Milwaukee Bucks last season. You remember how much the coaching staff was talking about when Malcolm Brogdon gets back, how much he can slow down possessions and get them into the right spots. Now with Malcolm moving on to the Indiana Pacers, Nate McMillan will rely on him to do the same thing for that Pacers squad.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You take a look at the Pacers. They're sitting 8th right now in the early going. And, of course, New York, and they're down 4 spots from them.
Well, I think for New York, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
Yeah, with the quality of a lot of teams they're now staring up at, it's going to be difficult for them to bounce back from this kind of start and make a huge climb up the standings.
They grabbed their own miss. Indiana leading by 4. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And for Malcolm Brogdon, he was elected a VP of the Players Association last year.
Oh, you talk about players around the league. Malcolm Brogdon, one of the smartest players in the game, has been tremendously efficient out there on the floor. Always plays with a tremendous calmness when he's leading a team at the point guard position. So he reads plays on the floor, and he does a great job of communicating with his teammates. Going to be very impactful for the Indiana Pacers to have that kind of personality as they begin their season.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And you hear it all the time about how they say reaching the top can be the easy part. It's the staying there that's the true challenge. And Victor Oladipo achieved stardom, but has to make his way back after his knee injury in early 2019.
And good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Here's Sabonis, the turnaround jumper. Count it. Sabonis has got the lead up to 5 now for the Pacers.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And Oladipo had already dealt with soreness in that right knee, and you talked about that, missing about a month earlier in the season.
And some suggested he came back too soon. Hindsight always 20/20, and players want to be out there to help win games. Sometimes teams have to protect them from themselves.
And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A different look for New York. Marcus Morris is checked in for Kevin Knox. And Smith subbed in for Elfrid Payton. The Pacers also changing it up. T.J. Warren comes in for Lamb. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. And Oladipo kicks to Warren over Morris. And Warren with the basket on the assist by Oladipo. Warren's got his first points of the game.
T.J. Warren trusts that shot. Trust me, fantastic at shooting with purpose off the pass. That's alliteration.
Knicks trail by 7. Stolen by Holiday. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And he makes that one. Oladipo's got 13 points now in the quarter.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Trying to get open is Randall. New York, no good that time either. Indiana leading by 9. Pass to Sabonis. There's the dish to Warren. Oladipo with the ball. 20 points for him last game against Detroit. Clock at 6. Sabonis, the pass to Oladipo. It's stolen by Barrett. And now the Knicks on the break. Looking to end his cold spell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Barrett's got 7.
And what I love about Barrett in transition, he can change directions at full speed.
And Holiday kicks to Warren. Sabonis against Randall. Oladipo, the pass to Turner. 4 on the shot clock. Over Robinson, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson. A different look for New York. Bobby Portis comes in for Robinson, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Then for the Pacers, Leaf checked in for Turner, and it's Doug McDermott in for Sabonis. Oladipo misses. Knicks trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Poked loose. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
And looking now at some numbers here for Randall. He's been dominant over the last month, averaging about 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
A shot by McConnell, no good. New York's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. It's tipped. Holiday against Smith. And Holiday kicks to McConnell. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. The Pacers 4th.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Smith outside. That shot off, and Indiana will come the other way. Outside Holiday. Now the pass to McConnell. Pass to McDermott. Over Randall. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 11 rebounds in the game. And it's Bullock in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Indiana leading by 7. Holiday goes in. The layup missed. New York shooting just 34% from the floor. Here's Smith. That one falls. Smith's got his third basket of the night right there.
Super explosive in the fast break. Dennis Smith Jr. getting out.
Here's Holiday. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Over in the corner, Warren. That one goes in.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
.59 seconds left in the second quarter. Smith against Holiday. Smith right side. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
Holiday looking over the floor. That one good for 2. And it's a 9-point Pacer lead. .32 seconds left to play in the first half. Outside Portis. Handle right side. Morris outside. He kicks to Smith. Just 5 to shoot. Shot, high post. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
The Pacers have missed 4 of their 8 free throws up to this point. Things not really going their way at the line yet. That's good from McConnell. He's off on the second. Victor Oladipo getting it done for the Indiana Pacers. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, you guys had some struggles early in the half, but you got back in the game. What was the key in overcoming the deficit?
Just continue to keep playing hard on both ends. We just got to continue to keep building on that.
And we'll see what happens in that second half, Victor. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
Well, of course, Oladipo had the breakout year, so now we expect excellence from him. He has the athleticism, toughness to take over games, which is exactly what happened in the first half.
And over to Kenny. What'd you think about New York?
I thought they were definitely outworked on the defensive end. They showed a lack of hustle, a lack of physicality. They weren't staying in front of their guys or putting bodies on people. It's critical that they improve their defensive effort in the second half.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Victor Oladipo in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Sabonis and Turner up front. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. And it's Lamb in at the 3 spot. It's Oladipo on the wing. Lets the three fly. Robinson pulls it in. Knicks trail by 10. Kicks it to Payton. Pass to Barrett. Deflects the pass. Back to Payton. It's tipped.
Sabonis has to use good timing in order to block shots. That time he did.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Barrett. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Robinson against Sabonis. Left side Lamb. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Barrett the pass to Randall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, he goes in there and you're worried about getting bumped if you're a defender by Julius Randle, not the other way around. So physical.
Big man who was forgotten about during free agency. Randall could be an impact player for the Knicks.
The Knicks missed out on the marquee names they were after, but Randall should give them great production for quite some time. Not a huge name, but a young talent that can help this team.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And a breakout season for Julius Randle in 2018-19. Averaged close to 20 and 10, delivering on the talent that saw him taken 7th overall back in 2014.
6 to shoot. Sabonis kicks to Brogdon. Over Payton, and it's good off the back rim and in. Brogdon's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pacers. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Greg, the Lakers allowed Julius Randle to leave in restricted free agency in 2018 so they could preserve some of their cap space.
I mean, his defense still lags behind, but offensively, well, he is special. The lefty, tough to deal with inside.
It's stolen by Barrett. 3-on-3. Here's Randle, and Randle throws it down.
You wonder if the coaching staff is encouraging these kind of nights and aggressive play from Randle to take over.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. A promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you. The Pacers have been shooting 50% at the line, 5 of 10.
Shoot 2.
No good on the free throw.
And you look at per minute production, you can make a strong case that Domantas Sabonis at times has been underutilized. With consistent minutes, he can give you an efficient 20-10 every night.
That's off as well, so he misses both. And Sabonis having to spend some time at the power forward spot in today's game, Greg. He's pretty big for that position.
I mean, 6'11", 240. He's gotten leaner, done some yoga, worked on strengthening those hips, looking to stay mobile, and that ought to serve him whichever position he plays.
Brogdon the pass to Sabonis. Back to Brogdon. Passes it to Turner. Over Robinson. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
And that one, good. And now it's just a 4-point Pacer lead.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Brogdon against Payton. Turnaround Jay. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Here's Knox trying to get open as Randall. They get it back. Goes up again. Knox misses.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
Pretty good awareness there from Malcolm Brogdon, capable of spotting the open teammate on that side of the ball.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. And it's sent back by Turner.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
Now Payton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The pass to Barrett. Here's Knox. This is to Payton. Some nice passing by New York here. Rocket 2 pulls up on the wing. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Knox. The Pacers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Brogdon against Payton. It's Oladipo on the wing. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got his 5th assist in this one. New York shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Payton drives in. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got 8 rebounds in this game.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And it's sent back by Turner. Here's Lamb. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on R.J. Barrett.
Clearly a foul.
Elbow. 2.
Pacers have really been struggling with their free throws, only made 5. More misses than makes so far. Free throw drops for Lamb.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm, is very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and that's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Portis, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Gibson comes in for Randall. Marcus Morris is checked in for Kevin Knox. And Smith subbed in for Payton. Barrett the pass to Portis. He feeds it to Smith. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And New York hoped that Fizdale's likability would be a factor in free agency.
Yeah, I think it's going to help the Knicks as they move forward here. Try to find some stability with their coach. That way David Fizdale and his messaging can remain consistent with the type of players that they try to attract here to Gotham.
Pass to Barrett. Over Oladipo. Barrett, no good. Pacers leading by 13. Here's Brogdon. They get it back to the right side. Here's Leaf with the putback, and Turner stays with it. Turner's got 8 points.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Outside Portis. Pass to Barrett. It's stolen by Oladipo. Passes it to Leaf. Puts it up from 15. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. 5 points in the game.
Well, Oladipo playing a couple years at point guard in Orlando when he started his career, showing off his passing ability there.
New York calls timeout.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And some changes here for the Pacers. McDermott's checked in for Miles Turner. T.J. Warren comes in for Lamb. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Oladipo. The pass to Barrett. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul. Now, here's Barrett. He's covered by McConnell. Just 5 on the clock. To halt the run. Rebounded by McDermott.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
A nifty ball handler with some crafty moves. Smith Jr. knows how to create scoring opportunities for himself.
Well, after passing on drafting him at the 8th pick in 2017, the Knicks got Dennis Smith anyway, and he's a big part of their future.
Be interesting to see offensively how it is that Dennis Smith grows under David Fizdale and how they're going to operate this season. Obviously, you want to be an extension if you're the point guard of the coaching staff. Lots of pressure on Dennis Smith to perform consistently for this Knicks team to remain competitive.
The free throw drops for Smith. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Warren, the pass to Leaf. Shoots over Portis. Again, Indiana.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Knicks trail by 18. Pass to Barrett. And he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him. Barrett's got 9.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
McConnell kicks to Brogdon. Pass to McDermott. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Brogdon with the shot. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Knicks shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for the Knicks. So it's the Knicks now. Passes to Barrett. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Barrett's got 4 points in the quarter.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Now, here's McConnell. And the pass to Warren. Good work defensively by Morris. And Morris has got the ball here for the New York Knicks. They trail by 14. Here's Payton. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
Well, whether the shots are wide open or contested, he is just having no luck right now, guys, with anything.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. Got a hefty deal from Indiana to leave the Bucks. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
First trip to the line for him here. first one falls for him.
Brogdon being the rookie of the year and coming in and doing a great job for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a guy who could play either guard position and has a great mentality and great poise as a point guard.
Brogdon hits them both.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Pass to Morris. 1:46 left to play in the third. Gibson passes to Barrett. Morris looking over the floor. 5 to shoot. Ball's knocked loose, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Turner.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
1:24 left in the third quarter. McConnell kicks to Warren. Back to McConnell. Pass to McDermott. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's a good stroke by McDermott, looking to find opportunities like that. He has limitless range.
It's his first trip to the line.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
The first free throw is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Knicks trail by 17. Morris outside. Some nice passing by New York here. Barrett, no good. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Brogdon, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Bobby Portis.
And don't want to be careless around any point guard in the league. This time it's Brogdon, and he's capable of drawing that foul.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers. Brogdon hits them both.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Here's Barrett. The second effort, and the layup is good. Barrett's got 13.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
Now, here's McConnell, covered by Payton. Here's Brogdon. The Knicks pull it in.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Barrett, no good. Pacers leading by 17. And it's Brogdon off the drive. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. And 12 points for Malcolm Brogdon.
Well, good job of getting inside. Brogdon finds a way to get 2 more.
And stolen by McConnell. Passes it to McDermott. Shoots over Portis. Up again. And it's in. Oh, wow. He nails the buzzer beater. And so it's Indiana with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Randall and Portis patrol the middle. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Morris in at the 3. That's the 5 for New York right now. No good from outside. Pacers leading by 21. And here's McConnell. There's the pass to Brogdon. Payton with some nice D. And for the Knicks, they're shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. 19-point game. Outside Portis. Takes it from 10. Randall no good. McConnell with it. Pass to Brogdon. Now here's Warren. Now the feed to Turner. Knicks with the rebound. Portis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Down low. Here's Barrett. Out to Payton. Pass to Randall. The 3 from Morris. And he's good on the 3 ball. Morris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And the Knicks making a change here. Knox is checked in. Then for the Pacers, Sabonis, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. Jeremy Lamb comes in for T.J. Warren. And it's Victor Oladipo in for T.J. McConnell. Now here's Lamb, guarded closely. Pulls it from 20. And Sabonis the bucket on the assist from Jeremy Lamb. Lamb's got 4 assists now tonight. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Passes it to Randall. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Well, Randall finding out some creative ways how to score on the inside, becoming smarter and more adept at doing so.
Payton against Brogdon. Here's Oladipo. Here's Sabonis. The kick out to Oladipo. Outside, Lamb. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got 6 here in this quarter.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
And there's the pass to Sabonis. Over Randall. Sabonis with the bucket.
They haven't relied on him as much as usual, but when his number has been called, he shot well enough to help them earn the lead.
Payton passes to Barrett. Back to Payton. Over Oladipo. Was shot by Payton, no good.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Oladipo goes in.
And historically, you almost never saw a great shot blocker who could also knock down triples at a high clip. But count Miles Turner among the unicorns who provide that rare combination.
And the stretch center in demand. For Miles Turner, Greg, how does he take that next step as a player?
Getting stronger. And continuing to improve his recognition and communication at both ends of the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, Oladipo was the most improved player in 2018, his first season with the Indiana Pacers after being the 2nd pick in the 2013 draft.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Bobby Portis. He doesn't get the second one.
I think Mitchell Robinson is one of those guys, we saw it last year, he might get 4 or 5 blocks a game. So many players tempted to shoot outside shots because Mitchell would play off of them and then quickly he would get to them and deflect the shot. So incredible quick twitch fibers and quick to the ball to make an impact defensively.
Here's Oladipo. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Oladipo's got 23 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Knicks trail by 17. Now Payton. Pass to Knox. Pulls it from the elbow. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And with Robinson, if he played a full 40 minutes every game, Brent, his block numbers would be outstanding.
Look at you, Kevin, digging into the per 36 minutes statistics.
Yeah.
I like it. He's a great rim protector. He has great activity down there. And if he can stay with the game plan, I think Coach Fizdale is going to find ways to give him more minutes in this season.
Free throw good. Sabonis.
Now, Sabonis has a tremendous skill set for a 7-footer. Remember his dad, Hall of Famer Arvydas Sabonis, very creative in his own right.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Knox. No good. Some solid defense there from Lamb. Here's Oladipo, and stolen by Payton. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. Second shot opportunity. Robinson misses. Indiana leading by 19 points. Oladipo taking his time here. It's stolen by Randall. Sabonis with the steal. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Sabonis, such a fantastic prospect, the guy you think is going to play 10 or 12 years in this league, and a good job there getting contact and getting to the line.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Sabonis. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in there?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Schedule, yes.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
Here's Turner, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And 12 points for Miles Turner.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. Pass to Knox. Trying to end the drought. The Pacers pull it in.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation, to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap and overspending and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you had for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. That's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
Here's Ellington, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Ellington's got his first basket of the night. Here's Holiday. Pass to Bitadze. Back to Holiday. Clock at 6. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Free throw, good, Holiday. And a new group in for the Knicks. Portis, he's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Damian Dotson. Barrett's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Payton in for Trier. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Here's Knox. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, that kind of activity from Kevin Knox is going to pose some problems for the defense.
Well, you knew it was going to take some time for Kevin Knox, but Greg, at the end of last season, he began to show flashes of what he could do.
You could almost see the game starting to slow down for him about halfway through the season. Consistency is something all rookies struggle with, but it hit Knox especially hard. Fortunately, that is something that passes with time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Dotson's checked in for Randall. Ellington comes in for Barrett. And Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Trier passes to Dotson. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt three-point shooting percentage, two-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
The Knicks making a switch here. Randall's checked in. Ellington finds Portis. And the shot goes down. Now here is Holiday. Now the pass to Bitadze. Shoots over Portis. And he can't bank that one in. Pass to Trier. For three, Ellington. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Holiday surveying the floor. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. And when it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed, and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
That free throw good from Brogdon. So for the Knicks, Dotson's checked in for Kevin Knox. Ellington comes in for Barrett. And Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Well, it was a season of rebuilding, and Damian Dotson was certainly a bright spot for the Knicks, a guy that just loves to let it fly, and he found his way into some minutes after some roster turnover. It made the best of his chances for Coach Fizdale.
Here's Bitadze, defended by Portis. The shot by Brogdon, no good. New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. It's good.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
1:46 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And for Dotson, Brent, it's not always easy for second-round picks to find the chance to increase their role.
Yeah, you wonder, Kevin, if being a second-round pick isn't the thing we should be talking about. It's about Dotson spending 4 years in college and coming in with a more mature perspective so that when the opportunity arose for him to take advantage, he would do so. Looks like he's found a spot in the league.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Indiana.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Victor Oladipo.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Taj Gibson's checked in for Portis. TJ Leafs checked in for the Pacers. Aaron Holiday comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. Here's Trier. Got a piece of it. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And here's Holiday. 12 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Bitadze, the pass to Holiday. Over Randall. The shot by Holiday, no good. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just we're pretty good. We play great together, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.